What's up guys, I'm GamerMD83 and this is your weekly Mass Effect 3 news. First, let me talk about Mass Effect 3 on GTTV last night, the 19th. They showed off a new, not so much a trailer, but it was more footage from Mass Effect 3, which was super cool. I was blown away by it. I mean, it wasn't like super revealing or anything, but we did see a lot of new stuff, which was really, really cool. So here's what I got to see. Because I got the footage and I lit it up, put it in slow motion. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do like a commentary over it, explaining everything, but these are the things that jumped out when I was looking at it. Now you don't need to slow it down or anything like that, but we do see Admiral Hackett, which was awesome. So you see him in a hologram talking to Shepard. We also see a smackdown of Shepard and the Elusive Man in the Shadow Broker base. Okay, it's probably not a smackdown, but still, Shepard said, "Go to hell!" And the Elusive Man said, "Get out of my face!" And then he disappeared. Those are the exact words, too. Like, that's straight from the footage. And I even wrote it down, so got it in quotes and everything. The scene that I'm most curious about, I think, is the scene where Shepard is looking at a speeder, like a transport speeder, and the hatch is closing, and you could see someone in there. And I slowed it down, I lit it up, I zoomed in, and I can't tell who it is. It looks like someone that's holding something. It's either a gun, but it looks like it's less, like it doesn't have that much detail as a gun. And it's pretty long, and it almost looks like a cane. But the person looks like they're wearing a mask or a helmet, or they're probably bald or something, and I don't know if this person is a new character. And I was like, maybe it's Kai Lang? Because if you guys read the little excerpt of the book that's coming out, Deception, at the end of this month, I put this up a while back on Twitter. There's a little excerpt that they put out for this book, and they talk about Kai Lang. Now, this is a character that was introduced in the previous Mass Effect novel, Retribution. He's one of the bad guys. He works for the Elusive Man, and he's like a hardcore ninja dude. And he had, in Deception, he has a cane. I don't know, because he suffered some injuries in Retribution. So I don't know if he's going to still have the cane in Mass Effect 3 or what. But this character looked like they had a cane in their hand or something. So I can't tell who it is, but it doesn't really look like Kai Lang in the face. I don't know. I was just looking at it so closely and I can't tell who it is. But Shepard, the speeder flies away, and Shepard says, "Normandy, anybody!" Like, I guess he's trying to get them to stop the speeder. And you can see an Alliance speeder coming from afar, and it just goes boom, and it crashes into the Cerberus speeder. Now, I don't know what that was about. I don't know what. I really want to know what's going on there. We also get a glimpse of Thessia. I went through the scene a few times to make sure what, at first I was like, is that Palaven? I know, I think everything is Palaven just because I really, really want to see Palaven. But no, it's not Palaven, it's Thessia. The buildings look exactly like the buildings on Thessia. If you look up Thessia on Google, you will see a screenshot of Thessia, and it has these buildings like with these 3 points on the top. And the footage on the GTTV thing has those exact same buildings. So it's most likely Thessia. And then it also shows Shepard fighting like close up with a Banshee, which is the Asari husk. We also see in Thessia there's a shot where Shepard is shooting his gun at something in the sky, and it flies, like it totally has wings, and it's just like, and I was like, what is that? It's a flying creature. It looks like a flying Chocobo husk. The Reapers have created the Chocobos into husks. That's just wrong. Like, you don't do that to Chocobos. Chocobos are cute and cuddly and awesome, and I would love to have one in my backyard and everything, but don't turn them into husks. Like, that's not right. That's not right. So yeah, there's flying Chocobo husks on Thessia. Another thing that I'm really excited about, now this is just my gut feeling, I think we're actually going to be able to, now a lot of people have already been talking about this, but nothing has been confirmed. But I have a gut feeling with this footage that they showed on GTTV that we're going to be able to participate in space battle. The reason why is because there's a lot of shots in this footage of space battles. Like the Alliance or the ships all going and attacking this huge Reaper, and it looks super awesome. But there's a shot that really caught my eye where it looks like it's first person in a ship. Like you're seeing just the side of the ship, like almost like you're in a window or like a gunning station or something like that in the ship, and all you could see is the side wing or something like that. And I was like, oh my god, that looks like it's first person! And the Reaper is just coming at you, and the legs are going. I know, that's pretty good, right? I've been practicing my Reaper impersonation. But I don't know, that would be super epic. Oh my god, that would be epic. Could you imagine? You know what I was thinking when I was watching this footage? I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die when I play this game. Like, I'm just gonna die. I'm gonna start playing it, and I'm just gonna be like I'm totally just gonna, that's it. Like, that was it. Like, that kind of sucks, but that's all I was thinking. They finally showed off Mars, which looks really cool, and I just can't wait to see what's going on there, because you go to Mars because there's a lot of Prothean archives on Mars. So you need to, I guess you need to look for information pertaining to the Reapers. Mac Walters says that because, you know, the Protheans came so close to destroying the Reapers. And you also, I guess that's where you find Liara. I thought you would have started off with Liara already, because she, you know, like on the Shadow Broker base or something like that. But Mac Walters says that you bump into an old friend on Mars, and that old friend was Liara. We finally got a glimpse of Joker, just flying Normandy. It's been revealed who is the voice of James Vega, Freddie Prinze Jr. And you could see a shot of him voicing James Vega in the booth, and he says, could you dance and fight at the same time, Lola, or something like that? And I was just like, Lola? Who's Lola? I don't know if that's a new character or if that's like a nickname he has for somebody. I don't know. They also showed off a little bit of the multiplayer. They had shots of Noveria. And oh my god, the Banshee? The Banshee scared the crap out of me. Like, it seriously looks like something that crawled out from hell and is out to, like, suck your soul. It looks so creepy. Like, they had a close-up shot of it, and it caught me off guard. It seriously, I was just like, oh my god. Like, it was like right here, and it was like, it looked like the Crypt Keeper's grandma or something like that. I think that's one of the husks that I think is gonna scare the crap out of me. Like, more than any other husk. Because the other husks look pretty intimidating and scary. Like, they're huge and everything. But the Banshee just looks disturbing. And it forget. No. Don't even go there. I didn't really understand what Casey Hudson was saying here. I mean, it's pretty obvious what he's saying. But I was like, wait, what? He said, in the multiplayer, you start off as a human. And then you unlock the other races. I was like, you start off as a human? I don't know what that meant. Like, I was just like, wait, I thought you could choose your race in the beginning? And it sounds like what he's saying is that you start off as a human, and then you unlock the races, and then after you unlock them, you could play them. That's gonna suck if that's really what it is, or he probably misspoke, or I'm just misunderstanding that. I don't know. So I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna leave the link in the description where you could see the GTTV Mass Effect 3 feature if you didn't see it. If you haven't seen it, definitely go see it. It's really awesome. Today they also released a James Vega featurette. It's on Game Trailers, or at least that's where I saw it. I'm gonna leave the link in the description as well. That's pretty cool. I really think that BioWare should do more of those. Like release character featurettes with the actor. That would be so awesome. Like I would love to see that. Like one for Garrus, one for Tally, one for everybody. That would be so cool. Especially the characters that they never talk about. That'd be awesome. Like seriously, BioWare, if any of you are watching this, do that. Because that would make everybody's day. Just a little piece of news. The Mass Effect, hopefully the light's not shining all crazy on it. But the last issue for Invasion was released this past Wednesday, the 18th. So I will be discussing all 4 issues today in Mass Effect Talks. Another piece of news that I found pretty interesting and kind of funny was just a few days ago, like early this week, somebody commented on a video that I had put up a while back. And it was on an early Mass Effect 3 trailer. It was probably the trailer that was released in E3. I think it was that trailer. I put up the trailer and then I put commentary over it, just explaining the trailer, kind of like I did with the VGA's trailer. And something that I mentioned in that trailer, in the commentary, was about the narrator, the voice, that British guy that we saw in the beginning, like the first teaser of Mass Effect 3. Everybody was like, who is that? And all that. And people were thinking that the voice actor was David Statham. They were thinking it was probably Sean Bean. And I was one of those people that was thinking it sounded like Sean Bean. But I was like, I don't know. I don't know if it's Sean Bean. Maybe it is. He sounds so familiar. And some people were like, no, it's not him because it doesn't have that right accent that he has. Like Sean Bean has a different type of English dialect, like from the north or something like that. And I was like, well, yeah, but he could always change his accent. You know, actors do it all the time. So this person commented just a few days ago saying, it is Sean Bean. It's in his IMDb profile. And I was like, oh, wow. And I check, and there it is. Not too far from the top. On his profile said, Mass Effect 3, post-production. And I was just like, oh my god, he is! He is in Mass Effect 3. It is him. But the name of the character that it says he's playing was Johnny Vegas. So I was like, what? I mean, I don't know. I think this is probably either a code name or I don't know what that was, because I don't think that that's the actual character he's playing, because it sounds way too much like James Vega. So I was like, Johnny Vegas that's probably a code name, or it's probably or it might just be a rumor, and but for it to be on IMDb and the profile, I mean, how does that get on there by accident? So I don't know what happened there. And then when I was writing this information, I go back to get the link, right? And it's gone. This Mass Effect 3 is gone. Like, I was like, what? Where'd it go? It's not in his profile anymore. And I don't know why they took it down. They probably took it down because it was probably leaked information that wasn't supposed to be out yet. So I don't know, but it's gone. But it's almost 100% sure that Sean Bean is doing a voice actor on Mass Effect 3, and it's almost certain that it's going to be that British guy that talks in the teaser and in the trailer in the beginning. So yeah, I was just kind of excited about that, just because I love Sean Bean. I think he's an awesome actor, and he's really nice to look at. And we finally move on to the Mass Effect 3 demo. We finally have a date. February 14th. Valentine's Day. BioWare, you sly dogs. You guys are gonna make a lot of girlfriends / boyfriends really mad this day, because there's no Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is sitting in your room playing Mass Effect 3. Oh, yeah, honey, I got you these, Superior Trail mix. Here. Now, just shh, okay? Just, So I have quite a bit of information about the demo. They have a FAQ on the BioWare social forums. So I'll leave a link in the description if you want to read that whole thing, because they have a lot of information. I'm not going to be going over everything. But here's just a few things. The demo will be released for the Xbox 360, the PS3, and the PC. They do have on there, in full detail, the requirements that you need to play the demo on your PC, like the specs and all that. So if you want to see that, go on there and check it out. They said that the space that it's going to take up on consoles is going to be a little less than 2 gigabytes. Some people were asking if there's going to be any in-game items that were going to be given for people that were playing the demos. Right now, none have been announced for Mass Effect 3. There are some that you could get for Kingdoms of Amalur, but not Mass Effect 3. They said that they were going to be announcing more stuff on February 7th. In the single player for the demo, you will be visiting 2 levels. One of the levels is the beginning, one of the beginning levels, the one that we've already seen some of the developers play on E3 and in Comic-Con and all that. The one where the Reapers arrive on Earth and you're with Anderson. That level, and then on another level that's deeper into the game, and that's the level where you meet Morden, the one with the female Krogan. The content for the single player is 1 to 2 hours, and the co-op multiplayer includes 2 maps. One of them is the slums, and I believe these are the slums on Omega, and the other one is Novaria. The thing about the multiplayer is that not everybody's going to be able to access it on the 14th. It's not going to be available to everybody until the 17th of February. And the reason for this is because the 14th is actually going to be considered as early access for the multiplayer. This includes the people that got Battlefield 3. For the people that redeem their codes with that own Battlefield 3 will have early access, so they will be able to play the multiplayer maps on the 14th. Now there are going to be other ways that other people could play early access on the 14th for the multiplayer, but they're not going to announce those until the 7th of February. Everybody else that doesn't have early access will not be able to play the multiplayer until the 17th of February. So they will be giving out more news. So I'd say check with the BioWare social forums, check with the Mass Effect website. Follow them on Twitter, like @Mass Effect or @BioWare. They should be announcing more information about that, especially on February 7th. The Mass Effect 3 multiplayer can't be played on split screen, so you can't play locally with somebody else in the room, where you're just like, well, let's just play split screen. You can't do that. It's strictly online. The in-game voices are in English. They do have subtitled versions of the demo in Spanish, Italian, French, German, and Polish. You will not be able to import your previous Shepards from like Mass Effect 1 or Mass Effect 2. You will not be able to import them into the demo. And you won't be able to save like a file for Mass Effect 3 on the demo. And then also for the multiplayer, none of the stuff that you're doing on the multiplayer and the demo will apply for the actual game. You'll have to start all over. So you will have to create a new Shepard for the demo. You can choose among all 6 classes that have always been available to you. You can be male or female. And you can also level up your abilities and powers as always. And you could customize your character's face. Origin is required to play the demo on the PC. But I would suggest, I know that that's a huge issue, that a lot of people are pissed about that, and I know that kind of sucks. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of, or all of us, are going to have an Origin account to have like early access to the demo or to the multiplayer. So I'd say go ahead and just make an account just in case, so that you're, set for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make an account, because I don't know if I have an account with Origin. I probably do, but I have to recheck. Just because for early access, it's going to be, what if they say like, well, only Origin account members can participate in this, or something like that. So if you're wondering if the demo can spoil the game for you, the single player is taking levels directly out of the game. You're playing levels that are in the game, so you could consider that as a spoiler already, but they don't contain large spoilers. And the multiplayer doesn't have any spoilers. And whether the Mass Effect 3 demo supports Kinect, it will support Kinect. So for those of you that have Kinect, you could check it out and see if you like it. So that's all the news I have for today. Stay tuned for Mass Effect Talks. I will be talking about the Invasion comic. Thank you for watching. I'm GamerMD83, and I should go.